let's do Super Bowl predictions. As I mentioned, Rita, a Ravens fan, they got the 1 seed in the bye. Niners, I'm a Niner fan, got the 1 seed in the bye. It never works out that it's the Super Bowl you want with the 2 best teams and the 1 seed. It never works out. Is that happening this year, or I want to go around the table? John, you do it too. I want Super Bowl predictions from just for fun. And actually, and this is, and I think we've all experienced this. You're probably more likely to get it right because you haven't been watching this shit. 100%. All right, Super Bowl predictions. Rita, you go first.
I think this is the year that they finally get it right. I think this is the year. I think I don't know who the Ravens play in the AFC Championship. I haven't figured that out yet, but I think Dallas and San Fran plays in the NFC Championship. Sorry, Tyler, because that means that's another week you got to be like, I can't keep it in my drafts. But San Fran at home and Dallas on the road to me is problematic. So I think that the Ravens and the 49ers find their way to Las Vegas. I got to pick a winner. I don't want to do that.
No. Just picking the Super Bowl is fine.
I'm going to just pick a winner.
Yeah, okay. John only wants to name 1 football team. But we'll have you, maybe we...
only got 1 football team, baby. You can't get 2 out of me, bud.
Maybe we can have you guys back on Super Bowl week and we can do... Yeah, for sure. But not Niners, Ravens, okay, for sure. Chelsea, who you got?
Upset. Like, what? I have to think past this week? So I got the Ravens on the AFC side, and I agree it is either the 49ers or the Cowboys on the other side. And that's as far as I am willing to go.
I respect that. I understand where you're coming from on that, for sure. Tyler, who you think?
Yeah, I'm falling in line going 49ers Ravens here too. That's where I think the Ravens are just gonna the AFC is gonna be food for them. I think the Niners are gonna have a bit more of a fight making their way out of the NFC, but yeah, I think those 2 are the teams that go to the Super Bowl.
All right, John.
You want me to go?
Yeah, go ahead, John.
The Ravens to win the championship.
All right, John said it, so I'm gonna make it. It's gotta look. It gotta happen.
I think it's time, bro. I was a Dolphins fan at first. I think Dolphins are fun for the regular season. You know what I'm saying? But when it's time to handle business, it's Ravens. You feel me? So I think the Ravens gonna win. I think they're adults of those 2 teams.
Remember, guys, the Illuminati already chose the teams because they said that the colors was in the logo. Okay,
so
remember
what did the Illuminati say? I'm interested.
The Illuminati already picked it. They said because the logo is already out. The logo, now they just do the same logo and they change the colors, right?
Yeah.
So the colors this year were red and purple.
Okay.
Same. The Illuminati already picked it.
Yep.
Hey, that's a fun ass conspiracy theory because the shit checks out for years.
For
it
real.
Really does, though. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it does. I mean, so this is really interesting because I said when we started this segment, we know it never works out that it's the 1 seed versus the 1 seed. I also have the Niners Ravens, and so but all of 5 of us nodded yes when I said, "Oh, it's never the 1 seed versus the 1 seed." But it does feel like there's separation on both sides. I just. Brock Purdy could come out and throw 3 interceptions. Lamar Jackson could have a bad game in the playoffs. These are things that are it's not difficult to imagine them happening, but I just agree. They both just seem so much better. Rita, I'm going to be honest with you. The Ravens really hurt my feelings with that Niners game on Christmas. That really fucked my whole night up. Because I'm
sorry, friend.
Because I'm like Chelsea. I'm like, the Niners are up 28 points. I'm like, sheesh. 1 pick 6 away from this being a game, I don't relax until the game is completely over. But we have week after week. It's like, okay, I was really worried about the Cowboys game. I didn't want to hear it from Cowboys fans. They beat the shit out of the Cowboys. I was really worried about the Eagles game. They beat the shit out of the Eagles. So the Ravens game came, and my mistake was enjoying my Christmas instead of being nervous for the entire day. And so then we got fucking it was like painful to watch, and no one had done that to the Niners. So I don't know. I kind of want a rematch, and I'm also kind of like maybe Lamar has a bad game on the way. That wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. So I
had
don't
the opportunity to go to the game on Christmas. I was very stylishly wearing my purple teddy coat. People say 49ers fans are not nice people, but I got a lot of compliments that day. I don't know if it was because it was Christmas or not. but the people were very nice to me. So shout out to y'all for being nice to me and liking. This one lady walked up to me and was like, fuck your team. But that coat is a nice coat. And I was like, thank you.
That sounds like a Niner fan. See, Niner fans, the most violence I see when I'm in a Niners game is between Niners fans. Like, it's, you know what I mean? It's not like going to, like, back when the Raiders were in Oakland or LA. It's not like that where you're like,
yeah.
You know, we used to, like, we did that one time where I had season tickets to the Chargers with my best friend. And we would go, anytime we went to the Raiders game, we would like, all right, you know, let's like put on your walk into the car clothes. You know what I mean? Like a gray plain jacket, a hat with no logo on it. You know what I mean? Just don't make eye contact. Walk in a straight line to the car. Fucking don't say anything to anybody. You know what I mean? We saw a guy get pulled out. This is in San Diego. We saw a Raiders fan pull a Charger fan out of his window because the dude rolled his window down while he was leaving to try and talk shit. He grabbed him by the shirt and pulled him out of the seatbelt so they could jump him.
That's impressive.
That is impressive.
One arm?
My visuals is going crazy right now.
Right. How did it, like, the physics of it doesn't make sense. Like, through the car, through the seatbelt, that's crazy as hell.
Up and out.
Up and
Like
out.
he'd done it before. Like he was shelling and, you know,
The technique.
like he was husking corn, you know.
Has Purdy been good enough where y'all don't think he'll nut up in the Super Bowl? Like, I know they talking about MVP. I've been seeing that type shit, but like, you know,
Tyler and I disagree. I'm curious for Chelsea and Rita's opinion of Brock Purdy. I just got my first new football jersey in like 10 years. My wife got me a Brock Purdy jersey because that's how.
Oh, so you a Purdy fan like that? But at first you were kind of nervous about Purdy, weren't you?
No, his first interview, because, you know, he was the last pick in the draft last year, right?
Yeah.
And I fuck with that story for sure. But he came in his first game. I'm for sure like an old Republican man when it comes to quarterbacks. I'm like, I'm going to make eye contact with him on his first interview. And I can see.
You're going to look into his soul real quick.
Is he the guy or is he not the guy? And his first interview, he was like, I'm not surprised. Like, I just loved everything about, like, he didn't want anything to do with the storyline. He's like, I didn't rate myself the last quarterback in the last player in the draft. That's cool if everyone else is surprised. I'm not surprised at all.
That's their business, not mine. You feel me?
Yeah. And he's had a great year. Yeah, a horrible night against the Ravens, but he set the 49ers record in 16 games, not 17, for passing yards, touchdowns, all that shit. We've obviously had some decent quarterbacks. So I fuck with him. I couldn't really disagree with anything Tyler was saying about him. Obviously, he's got great skill players and system, and maybe one of the best offensive linemen of all time around him. But I'm curious, Chelsea and Rita, as more or less unbiased football fans, like what do you think? Is he going to break my heart this playoffs, or do we have a guy?
I like Brock Purdy. I think that he's a game manager? Yes, but I don't think there's anything wrong with being a game manager. Like, and I'm glad Cam came back and clarified, like, just because I said, like, I think y'all are trying to make me saying that that's a bad thing, right? It's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes you need elite talent around you, right? But you still got to make certain types of decisions. And so I like Brock. And I think that what happened in the Ravens game, you know, is probably an anomaly in that sense. Like, there was there was some deflections in terms of passes. And, you know, so I mean it to say, I don't know if they were to play again, if he's going to get 4 interceptions is my point.
Yeah.
So, but I think, look, Jimmy, they had Jimmy G. He doing the same shit that Jimmy G doing, but he's better than Jimmy G, which is weird. You know what I'm saying? So I like Brock. I mean, I think he's a very efficient quarterback. I don't know what this means for him, you know. Had he stayed healthy in that NFC Championship game last year, I do think that they advance. I think that they go to the Super Bowl. So it will be interesting to see how it plays out this year, obviously, if he can stay healthy. But it's cool.
Yeah, and I agree with that. I think just like, you know, nothing wrong with the game manager. Sometimes that's really all you need. You don't need anybody trying to stunt and do too much. You know, work within work within what you got, and what do you need to do when you got Debo and Christian McCaffrey and, like you said, the best offensive lineman in football with Trent Williams. So, like, you know, it's, you know, and then also sometimes people just have bad games and there's nothing to it. It just wasn't your day. It could be the players, it could be the team. Sometimes not your day, and that's not an indictment of who you are as a player or as a team. It just ain't your day. Anybody can be beat on any day, any given Sunday.
Big facts.
You more confident in Lamar or Purdy in the Super Bowl?
Now that's the different conversation.
I'm more confident in Lamar in the Super Bowl.
Okay.
But
Lamar has a more
a bigger role in the offense
set.
for sure. Yeah, okay.
He has a more extensive skill set for sure, in my opinion. You know, Lamar can extend plays. Lamar can run the ball if ain't nothing there. I mean, Lamar does things that a lot of quarterbacks just, they're not athletically able to do. So
I mean, I think it's a real statistic that Lamar Jackson broke more tackles against the Niners than they had like previously in the season. Like he just is in a world of freakish athletes, he's on another level. And I would add about Cam Newton. I think Tom Brady's a game manager next to Cam Newton. Like everyone's a game manager. He mentioned
Tom Brady too.
That's what I'm saying. But it's like who, if you're Cam Newton, everyone looks like a game manager because no one else looks like Cam Newton except Lamar Jackson.
Right.
No one else has the scramble for 12 yards and make a read play in their fucking playbook like Cam had, right?
100%. But and I'm grateful. Like I don't necessarily disagree with some of the comments on Brock Purdy because I do think you could make some of the same comments about Tom Brady. And a guy who doesn't fuck up, who has a little bit of persona and swagger to him, that's not a bad thing at the quarterback position. I'm glad football has evolved from, and that 2000 Ravens team is my favorite non-49er football team of all time. But I'm glad that game managers have evolved from what it used to be 23 years ago to 4,200 yards, 30-something touchdowns, and it's still an exciting offense to watch, but you could be called a game manager. You know what I mean? Because we used to be sweating those 13-7 games out like.
And me
that
and
Terry Collins, Trent Dilfer Super Bowl, bro.
Oh God, please. And Chelsea and I said that on our podcast. Like Cam is saying that because those dudes don't look like Cam. Cam is obviously catering to people that were doing what he was doing.
Right.
In the field. And that was the difference.
And what he really wanted to say is, ain't none of them better than me. Go ahead and say that. And let's not confuse everybody.
Right.
Now you got this feedback and everybody was like, what about this? What about this? And you're naming like the best quarterbacks in the league. You're naming people that are in MVP conversations and it's going to throw people off. Why don't you just say what it is? Ain't none of them as good as me. And I'd be like, facts.
Right. Yeah.
We need more athletes to do that. Here are the guys who I'm better than. Such and such and such. Here's the guys who I'm not better than. Such and such and such and such. I would love that.
You're trying to get Cam fucked up out here on the internet street. That's what you're trying to do.
He's got the protection of those fancy hats. No one's going to touch Cam Newton,
DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL playoffs, is bringing you an offer that'll help make the playoffs electrifying. New customers can bet $5 on any game and get $200 instantly in bonus bets. The Cowboys are 7-point favorites against the Packers this weekend, and I'm excited to see how they manage to mess it up.
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code Jenkins. New customers can bet just $5 to get $200 instantly in bonus bets. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook with code Jenkins. The crown is yours.